Now what I'm going to do is show you how to make a potholder with loopy edges. This is good to use when you're making the purse, when you're making the change purse, and also when you're making the bean bag, or just a potholder. So to do this, instead of looping the edges together, you're going to take yarn and sew them together. So to do that, you need a finished loom. So here's my finished loom. You need a crochet hook, and you need a ball of yarn. You don't want to cut your yarn ahead of time because you want to make sure that you have enough yarn. So I'm going to take this end piece and I'm going to put it behind the loom. And this is very similar to the previous technique that you learned about. You're going to take your crochet hook and you're going to go through the first loop. But this time you're going to go all the way to the back of the loom, go right through, and you're going to hook on the end. You don't want to get right up next to the end. You want about 5 or 6 inches because you need some wiggle room and also some room to tie it on or tie it off later. So I'm going to hook the yarn and I'm going to pull it through to the front, okay? I want to keep a hold of both pieces of yarn in the back or the end and the middle of the yarn, because if I let go, one's going to pull through and I'm going to lose my loop. So I've got those 2 pieces of yarn, and I'm going to take my crochet hook, and I'm going to go through the second loop. I'm going to grab onto that piece again, and now I have 2 loops, okay? Again, hold on to the back. It gets a little tricky. And then what I'm going to do is, just like we had done before, I'm going to take the string that is closest to my fingers and I'm going to loop it over the second loop. And I can pull my shorter string a little bit tighter so that they lock in together tighter, okay? And then I'm going to go through the next one again. And I just keep repeating this over and over again. I'm going to get that shorter one out of the way. So grab the yarn and then pull it through. And then over. Grab it again. You get to the point where you don't have to look in the back. You can see it through the little pieces of, or the little loops. You can see how they're locking together now. Again, I can give a little tug on the end if I need to. And this smaller one keeps getting stuck. So what I might do is I might pull it to the front so I'm not looking at that one. Grab it, pull it through, and over. And I just keep doing that over and over again, all the way to the end until you have the whole thing attached together. And you want these to be pretty tight. You don't want them to be very loose. So at any point you can just give a tug on one end or the other end and it tightens it up. Okay? And then when you get to the end, you're going to just cut the rest of your yarn and tie a double knot or a triple knot in the end.